All right, I'm here. I'm here. I don't know why I've come, but I have. Dropped everything and come running. Not out of fear, mind you. I'm not afraid of you. I want to make that clear. In fact, that's why I came, to make it clear. Now, what do you have to say? I've just asked you a question. Are you really just gonna sit there and ignore me after I've driven all the way out here? Have you lost your nerve, is that it?
Would you recommend the salmon?
What?
The salmon. I'm not quite familiar with it. I thought you might help me out.
Help you out.
That's right. I'm partial to salmon, but only if it's prepared just so. Bad salmon is hard to stomach, you understand.
Well, I don't go in for salmon.
No? Well, still, you might offer some general insight into this particular establishment. You have eaten here before, haven't you?
Yes.
I thought you might have. It's a nice spot for a quick lunch, perhaps. And you've never had the salmon.
Nope.
Oh, that's a shame. I actually have had it, I've just remembered. That's what I'll have, the salmon.
You didn't call me out here to talk about fish.
Fish. No, I suppose not.
No.
But Daniel does like his fish, doesn't he? Salmon, if I remember correctly. And you've never had a bite? Perhaps you have and you've just forgotten.
He tells me you've taken the call in the office.
Does he? Well, he was probably afraid that you'd find out from one of the girls. Cindy, perhaps. Do you like Cindy?
Cindy and I are very close.
Yes. Cindy and I used to get along quite well. You know, she never warned me. Never a word. I guess there's no question where her loyalties lie. Have you ever noticed that Daniel likes to mask his little indiscretions behind little bits of truth? He's quite conscious of it, I'm sure. Bragged about it, even. Take, for instance, my calling the office. Now, why tell you? What might motivate him? He certainly knows that it won't please you. So why tell you?
Perhaps your calls are annoying.
Right, and he wants to prove his honesty and show that he has nothing to hide. How does that sound? He wouldn't tell you, for instance, if we'd taken to see each other for a quick lunch. A quick poke in the afternoon, no. He'd keep the evidence to himself. But you know, now I'm rethinking the salmon, maybe just a salad. You know, a girl has to watch her figure.
What exactly are you trying to say here?
Nothing. It's just conversation. I'm sure you would know if something was going on. An affair, if that's what you'd like to call it. I mean, you have been on the other side. You wouldn't be fooled as easily as I was.
No.
No, certainly not. Are you having wine with your salmon? I assume that's what you'll be having. The salmon? It's what I'm having.
I don't drink.
No?
Well, ever since the wedding, we've had certain considerations.
Considerations?
That's right.
Oh, you know, I almost feel sorry for you. Almost.
What do you mean?
Well, I just figured that when I started to put on the baby weight, Daniel would spend more nights at that big oak desk at his office than with me. Ever done it on that big oak desk?
Stay away from my husband.
Well, there, it's all out in the open
I
now.
have the secretaries instructed not to put you through.
Aren't we a twinge hypocritical? I mean, it's not my fault if he needs a good poke in the afternoon every now and again. I mean, I don't even have to go out of my way anymore. Not that I wouldn't. Don't get me wrong. I have certain considerations of my own.
Wait a second, you're...
No, don't be ridiculous. It's more urgent, really. But why wouldn't he be receptive to the idea?
After all, it worked for me and against you.
So why not the other way around? You'd think that certain things, certain activities would become unimportant. Certain betrayals, unbearable. But they don't, actually. It's quite the opposite. The impossible becomes possible. Desirable, even. And that's why I've called you out here today. To let you know that I have nothing to lose. The salmon is swimming upstream, as they say.
He left for a reason.
You lured him away.
No.
You played to his weakness. I can do the same.
It's not a game.
Oh, but it is! It is a game. Only I didn't know it before. You had an unfair advantage. By the time I knew the game was being played, you'd already won. Not this time.
He left for a reason. He'll remember that.
Oh, honey, they always leave for a reason.
Well, you'll remind him one way or another.
I suppose I should be going as well. I have an appointment this afternoon. I don't want to be late.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, one more thing. Will you tell him that we met today?
Will you?